everyone, welcome to Baku, where Formula One has descended for the 7th running around the Baku City Street Circuit. It's round 4 in 2023. We started out in Bahrain, we went to Saudi Arabia and then to Australia. Azerbaijan then is next. 20 corners, 12 to the left, 8 to the right. There are 2 DRS zones, one of which along the main straight has been shortened by 100 metres since last year's race. Here are the tyre compounds: C3, C4, C5, softest in the Pirelli range. The soft tyres not really holding up on this track at all, especially in the hot conditions. Might cloud over a little bit later on. At the moment, the sun is very much bursting through as we look at the starting grid. Green flag then from the rear of the grid, roar of the crowds as we approach the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, where it's lights out and away we go. And I think Max Verstappen got a better start, got that 8-metre advantage into turn 1. Fernando Alonso trying to challenge Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton. They might go wheel to wheel down towards turn 3. Hamilton just cuts him off. Lando Norris goes around the outside. Lance Stroll looks like he's made up not just one place but another one coming as well, because he's got the jump on the Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri in the McLarens. Into turn 3 we go. Fernando Alonso leads this race. He's got the start absolutely perfect.
Lance Stroll once again making a great start. This is something we've seen over the years. 2 places up. Piastri dropping down on that opening part of the lap.
How much longer can he hang out in front as into turn 7 we go? George Russell has made up 2 places as well, from 11th on the grid, has dropped down a place. We've got a double yellow that's being waved, but in the first sector, a yellow flag in sector 1 as well.
I think it's just debris, Crofty. I think all the cars have gone through, but maybe a bit of contact has left some debris on track.
Well, the cars now making their way downhill towards turn 16, which Karun Chandler called the most important corner in Formula 1. This is with Carlos Sainz.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
And Sainz takes full blame for that one.
The tone in that voice tells you he's made a mistake, isn't it?
Yes.
So the DRS, of course, will be enabled at the end of the next lap. So on that long straight, again this time round, it won't be available to the drivers within a second. But what they can do, Crofty, is these are all obviously hybrid cars. They can play around with the batteries and make sure they've got the energy they need to deploy the battery, the electrical charge, when they want it for a bit of extra power.
Here comes Hamilton on Max Verstappen down towards turn 1, and here goes Lewis Hamilton, pulls ahead of Verstappen. Before they get to the corner, the crowd go absolutely wild, pulls over to the inside, and Hamilton, if he is to win this race in the space of 2 laps, has half the arrears that he needs to.
Vamos a entrar a este nivel y estamos empezando mal, pero no hay pedo porque voy a hallar los truquitos de este juego. No mames. No mames, pinche pared.
Hello.
Culero.
Makes his way up into 9th place. It wasn't Mercedes coming out, it was the Alpines, Esteban Ocon, and that is Lance Stroll
well done.
ahead now.
Well done, that's P10. P10. Well done. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Now what has happened here to Charles Leclerc? He's been behind Lance Stroll for a while. He will have the inside line now, but Lance Stroll is sticking to this one and sticking to it very well before eventually he concedes and Charles Leclerc gets through and up into 10th place.
Extra power.
Interesting to see George Russell just moving over to the left-hand side. I don't think he was going for an overtake, maybe just trying to get some cooler air. That's Stroll behind him. Gasly's under pressure from 1 and 2 cars here, and this is how George Russell managed to get past Pierre Gasly. Look how he's gaining on the Alpine. Down the inside goes George Russell.
Anyway. Alright, check me out. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Look. Boom, bam, oh, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
And Ocon is going to fight this one back again. Gasly's got Esteban Ocon in his sights. The 2 Frenchmen going to turn 1 together. They almost collide. The Alpine of Esteban Ocon. George Russell is ahead of him, but I wonder for how much longer as he's charging and harvesting and losing a bit of speed in the process. I think here, isn't he, to Oscar Piastri, as Piastri makes the move past and moves up. Verstappen under pressure from George Russell. Leclerc gets it done nicely this time around. Verstappen is squeezed a bit by George Russell. There's a few flirting with a barrier, but they all get through turn one. Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes against the barrier.
Yeah, he lost the rear on the way in.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Baseline is.
Yeah, but I'm sliding.
Understood.
He's struggling with his tyres, the rears of Max Verstappen, while Sergio Perez protecting his rears with his driving style. This might be a very opportune moment for people to come in, and Max Verstappen is being told to come into the pits and box.
Verstappen 4 behind, 3 behind, Verstappen behind.
Let's make sure we let him through nice and cleanly, please. And if you can confirm that, please, as well.
Let me race at the moment. I will once the situation is settled a bit more. I need to pass now.
That's fine.
It might pay dividends, these temperatures, for us today, as Perez goes for another move, this time on Zhou Guanyu.
Oh, he's on it.
Sergio Perez saw a gap, needed no further introduction, and there he went. What's Max Verstappen going to do here? DRS activated into turn one. George Russell squeezes through. Verstappen tries to fight him back. It's going to take Max Verstappen past George Russell. Yes, it is.
Alonso slipped past.
And this is Lewis Hamilton then, behind his teammate George Russell, getting the slipstream. There he goes. And I think George Russell accepting that he didn't really get a good job done.
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
Classic example there, Drew.
Nope.
That is Max Verstappen, and he has spun coming down the hill. Verstappen has lost the lead to Hamilton. No one's challenging Ocon for the win now. Esteban Ocon is going to be a Grand Prix winner in Formula One. Hamilton gets second, and for his first podium of the season, George Russell comes home to finish in third. Oh, très bon, très bien, and formidable, Esteban Ocon, well done. I could not be more pleased for that man winning a Formula One Grand Prix.
Yes, guys.
Well done, mate.
It closes it in fine style for Ocon and Alpine in a recovery mission for Lewis Hamilton and for Mercedes, and for the second race running, an absolute horror for Red Bull. The title lead goes to Mercedes in constructors. Where were Ferrari? Hydraulics issue, power unit failure, destroying their Sunday hopes. It's been another bad day for the Scuderia. It's Baku to the drawing board for them. It's celebrations for Ocon and Alpine tonight